This channel is proudly partnered with the What the Funk shop. Please check out their store for all sorts of products. They have miniatures, dice, Game Master screens, home decorations, and many other things. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comment, and make sure that you use my code for a special discount. They currently have a Halloween sale going on. This channel is proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products. They have recently released Uncharted Seas, a pseudo-historical tabletop RPG of maritime explorations in the Age of Discovery. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comment. They also have an ongoing contest. You will also find the link there. Hi! Welcome to this part of my review featuring Slave Maids of Gomorrah IV. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this anime-style tabletop RPG, where a dominatrix and her team of slaves travel across the galaxy in search of pleasure and glory, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about special traits, weapons, stress explosions, and other things. When it comes to special traits, a slave rolls 1d66, at least twice and potentially as many as 5 times for special traits. A slave may decide the order of the 10s and the 1s digits for these rolls. So if you roll a 3 and a 4, it could be 34 or 43. Some special traits have mechanical effects, but for the most part they are there as a series of roleplay prompts to help you figure out a character. Perhaps your character has glasses. Maybe you have a waist-length hairstyle. Perhaps you are a 3-dimensional poker otaku. Maybe you have horns, due to a fiendish ancestry, a chaos mutation, or maybe they are just there inexplicably. Maybe you have bioluminescent spots or patterns on your body, and there are many other things. For example, maybe you are a Kluru cultist, or maybe you are actually a heavy golem. Now when it comes to stress explosion, the slave rolls 2d6 for a random stress explosion, 1d66 for a random weapon, and another 1d66 for a random motivation. The weapon is purely aesthetic and does not impact how your slave fights mechanically. I think you should always give priority to roleplay and context. So if a player is describing the use of a particular weapon, you should definitely consider that for some bonuses, if it applies. When it comes to stress explosions, perhaps you start gambling non-stop. Or maybe you start taking action as an arsonist. Maybe you fall asleep. Maybe you go on a rampage. Now concerning your weapons, perhaps you wield a broom. Maybe a giant wrench. Perhaps a plasma rifle. Maybe an acid thrower. A grenade launcher perhaps. A submachine gun. Perhaps a katana. Maybe a Zweihander. Now when it comes to motivation, perhaps your motivation is that you are head over heels in love with the mistress or captain and submitted to her as a slave to be close to her. Or maybe you have or believe you have committed some crime and have sold yourself into slavery to atone. Maybe you want revenge on the mistress captain or one of her dominatrices and have submitted to them as a slave in order to get close enough to strike. Or maybe you are a spy from the Thalassa's dominion, hoping to encourage the mistress captain to make trouble for the Galactic Empire. Now when it comes to classes, a slave selects a character class. This grants her some powers based on her attributes. While there is no upper limit to how many powers you can get from your class, and it is in theory possible to get all 8, in practice you are probably going to have 3 or 4 in your highest attribute and might work your way up to 5 in one attribute and 4 in another. So you will usually start with 2 powers and might get as many as 4. All powers associated with attributes, besides your primary attribute, should be thought of as subclass. You probably won't get more than 1. There are no strict class prerequisites, but you should definitely pick a class that matches your highest attribute. So for example, if you have a lore of 1, then you obtain a power. If you have lore of 3, which is higher, you obtain another power, and so forth. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about the classes. I really like this character creation system. You are going to end up with some crazy anime style combinations, with unusual weapons and bizarre motivations. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member or using the super thanks button. You can also check out the pinned comment below. This has been Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. I am currently unavailable for professional sessions, but I will put my contact information in the description and in the pinned comment for when I am available again. And remember, roleplay solves everything. Once again, thank you and see you later.